Hello? Can you hear me? Hold on, let me get the signal right. Alright, we'll go now.
What's good? Y'all hear that? That's 23 figures. Now y'all know y'all want to go tune in. What's good, my guys? Welcome back to another episode of 23 Figures with your girl Z. And the quick check me up is I'm hungover. Yeah. I had to chop it up and finally call it what it is. I am hungover from a day party I went to yesterday. And y'all, I didn't get home until almost 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, it wasn't just a day party I went to, but it was also the after party that had played a role into it. So the day party itself was cool. It was hosted on Instagram. Their Instagram is ABAC RVA, and it stands for a big ass cookout. It's a very lit Instagram, I guess, group. And I feel like y'all should go check them out because they have a lot of cool events around the Richmond, Virginia area if y'all ever want to go kick it with them and do that. So, yeah, that event itself was so nice because they had hosted it as a bar or social setting called Tang and Biscuit. And when you walk in there, they have gigantic size board game pieces in the back. They have shuffleboarding. They have a bar. They even have a dance floor space. And the way everything is set up, I feel like that's a nice spot for a gathering. If you need to host a cute little party, I highly suggest sliding there. So the party itself was cool. Like, I really can't describe fully what the party entailed because how do you describe a party? But can we talk about when clubs and bars say that you can't leave unless you want to pay another re-entry fee? Like, what is that? What do you mean I can't leave unless I want to pay to come back in here? Like, what if something happened where I forgot my keys in my car? Or what if I don't want to pay for these high-ass drinks? That's really what it boiled down to. Like, you mean to tell me I can't leave unless I want to pay the price again? And to be honest, I ended up paying the re-entry fee because by the time that I paid the re-entry fee, I saved myself so much money because them drinks is high as a bitch. I'd rather you get this little funky 20 from me than me spending at least 13 5 times trying to feel something off these weak ass drinks. Like, for real though. I ended up actually seeing one of my coworkers there, and it was so funny because I didn't know he had a twin. And so when I spoke to the twin originally, like, I seen him across the way and some over here smiling like, hey, what's up, what's good? And dude really gave me a head nod and was like, sup? And I'm like, hold on, not the same energy we usually give each other at work. Now we in a public setting and you acting different. Like, that's crazy. I walked up to him like, what? So you gonna act like we not homies at work and you gonna start being fake right here? But he was like, nah, I got a twin. And I'm like, you ain't got no twin. Stop playing with me. But then it turns out his twin stepped out, the actual person that I knew. And I was like, oh, damn. Like, you was dead ass. And he was laughing and smiling because I was just like, why didn't you tell me you had a twin? That's cool. It's certain people that you would never expect to have a twin because they don't look like they would have a twin. What? And to see that there's 2 of them, it's like, that's crazy. But I really enjoy seeing him. And it's funny because where we work at, I would never actually see dude in one setting where I can actually hold a conversation. And so to finally see him outside of work and we actually had the chance to stand there, kick it, talking, and hold like a genuine conversation, I'm like, this is cool. Like, your vibe is just as solid as when we're at work. But I'm happy I finally got a chance to hold a conversation with you. So that's what's up. Back to the actual day party itself, though. The hoes per square footage was going crazy. Like, it's funny because I had my best friend with me, and he was even saying, like, You know, I'm a loyal man, but you know, sometimes it's temptation is really out here. And in that moment, I had to honestly be grateful that I'm kind of in this single period right now, because I'm a very flirtatious person, bro. Like, it's not the fact that I can't be loyal, but I understand when you're still young, you're still out and partying and whatnot, and you're in a relationship. I feel like being in your 20s, or at least being young in your 20s and being in a relationship, knowing that you're still out here being very much so active and you're still young, it's a lot. It really is a lot. So anybody who's in a relationship right now, I fully condone them, or, you know, I can't think of the word. I can't think of the word right now, but I really am. I applaud you for your strength to be loyal, because y'all, right now, it's just so many fine people on this earth. Dear God. Ugh. And until you find your person, man, listen. I'm not gonna get too much on that subject, but just know, like, it's a lot. But being single is a nice season for anybody to have, or it's a great season for anybody to have, because it is a period of growth. You figure out yourself, you figure out your likes, you figure out how you just want to operate as an individual. And then when you go from there, I feel like in the end, having those seasons of solitude and not actually being tied down to somebody, it builds discipline in a lot of ways. Like, by the time you get all of it out your system, being out here being single, and you really not settling for just whatever comes across your plate, it really builds your character. And I think that's a fire thing to do, because I feel like a lot of times we end up getting into certain environments where we're not happy, whether that be friendships, whether that be work, whatever it is. A lot of times I feel like we're so set on fitting in or being judged by another individual that we really don't live our life how we should for ourselves. So at that point, you're now looking at yourself, because you've had the time to really build your character how you want to, and find the setting or environment that makes you the most happy. You really start sitting back looking at yourself like, yo, I'm a cool ass character and I really fuck with myself. You need to be able to have that confidence in yourself to say that you are a cool individual, because later on down the line, like, you really gonna start realizing confidence gets you so far. Oh my gosh, confidence gets you so far. And people love to be around other people that are very confident. So, boom, the after party. After me and my best end up leaving the main event, we had slid to this club after party, and it was two different vibes, all right? So upstairs was the old heads that's probably like in their 30s and up, versus downstairs in the basement, like the younger crowd. And you could really tell the difference between who was confident in themselves downstairs versus who wasn't, versus when you walked upstairs, everybody was fully in their prime and comfortable with whatever they were doing. Clubbing with people in their 20s, it felt like it was more so a parade or a show for, look at how many bottles I can buy, look at how well I can twerk, look at me. It was pretty much just a flaunt contest, especially when it came to the outfits. Yo, I wish I could see it, because the old heads upstairs outfits, like, they were real life wearing like flannels, hoodies. They had on the most basic stuff, because they know I really just came here to enjoy some music, kick it, and just exist. Versus downstairs, when I tell you, hoes really don't get cold, okay? The way people were coming in the front door, I was like, sweetie, it's damn near 30 degrees outside, and you got jean shorts on and what looks like a napkin over one nipple. Like, you not, sweetie, I'm freezing right now. Maybe that's just me, but you not cold. Versus when you, again, it's just the two different settings. I just had to just sit back and laugh. But when you kick it with the younger crowd, everybody is there just turned. Oh my God, you're gonna be so turned, bro. You're gonna be so turned. I was downstairs playing beer pong, and it wasn't just regular beer pong, all right? It was beer pong, but with Hennessy and Casamigos. Where the fuck are we going? Or why? What is the purpose of this? Really, we gotta take shots whenever somebody hits the ball in a cup, and people out here are being whole shooters. I'm over here talking to God like, God, if you get me through this one. And that's how you know it's bad, when you have to look up at the sky in the club and like be like, hey, Jesus, tap in, because this game about to get real. Like, for what? Versus upstairs, they were smoking and they had hookah, but the drinks was real light. I had to every now and then take a recess from being with the young crowd and go upstairs, because I'm like, y'all, am I getting old already? I know I'm only 23, but damn, what's going on here? When you would go upstairs, like, it was like, all right, cool, now the environment's calm, everybody's talking to me, like, it's cool. And can we really get into how the women's restroom at clubs and bars is literally a whole separate party away from the one that's already happening? Because I promise you, my best friend, he was probably wondering what was taking me so long in the bathroom. And it's really because every time I went in the bathroom, it was something else going on. Like, whenever I didn't feel like being at the regular party, I would go in the bathroom and be like, yeah, let me see what this party is talking about. And it was always so much love in the girls' bathroom, from shawties helping each other fix their hair and makeup, from people complimenting and figuring out different outfit ideas, even to the mirror selfies. When I tell you, I have so many bathroom mirror selfies with random shawties that I don't even know who they are. It's hilarious to me. But at the end of the day, you can tell in those times when you're taking those mirror selfies, again, it's all love. All love. And it's funny because then once I leave out the bathroom, I end up going to my best friend and telling him like, yeah, what? It was so lit in there. And he'd be like, why is it when you always go in the bathroom, you always say you having fun in there? Like, when niggas go to the bathroom, we don't have fun in the bathroom. Like, what is that? And I even asked him, like, y'all don't be talking or holding conversation, or y'all don't be on some cool shit? He'd be like, nigga, we got our dicks out. There is no extra conversation when our dicks are out. And I busted out laughing, because it's just like, you know what? You may have a point. So take the time to go into certain clubs when it's two different age groups and really figure out which one rocks with you the most, because promise you, I think from here on out, especially after me getting back at, again, 5 o'clock in the morning, we're done. You're done. Going out that late and the way my body feels right now, like, maybe once it gets cold, or not cold, once it gets hot outside again, we're going to revisit partying. But yeah, that might have been it for me, because I don't like being cold. I just can't. And partying is all fun and games until A, you gotta drive back home, and B, you realize you have to walk outside into that brick ass air. Oh my God, the air was such a killer for me. And then with that drive back home, it wasn't good. If it was hot, you could have taken a nap in the car. And I had one of my homies tell me that. He was like, yeah, I sleep in my car all the time. That's a wild concept depending on where you live, but it's understandable, especially when the weather feels nice. I don't know about when it's cold sleeping in my car, but that's why we're going to wait till summertime again. And just in case the weather is warm enough and I'm too turned after an event, I can hop in my car, sleep a little bit off, and then all of a sudden figure it out from there. But short little pod today, so I hope you all are being easy. Again, check the description for the links to whatever you need, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.
And if you put the math on it, if you had to go like per 2 squares on the floor, and you got about 2 bitches per square, if you do the math and it's like 100 square foot room per 2, like, it's a lot of hoes out. And you know what's funny? Because of my size, I keep thinking I'm like the average shawty height, but I'm not. And it's funny because then when other girls try to throw ass on me, what? I nobody's bracing me right now. So you got this, I want to say 5'8", 5'9" shawty trying to throw ass on me, and I'm only 5'2", and I'm looking around like I'm in distress because she always has so much ass. The tall shawties always have so much ass on them. I'm like, damn, so ain't nobody gonna save me right now? Like, she really throwing this motherfucker back on me, and I ain't even got my stands right. I was over here just in distress. Time to actually build and be placed into the environment that you like being in, that makes you the most happy. It's pretty cool. You know what's crazy? At one point, as I'm sitting over here trying to record the DJ's music and whatnot, somebody said, I think you're making the DJ uncomfortable. I'm making the DJ uncomfortable by recording him DJing. Like, it confuses me because when you work at a club and whatnot, like, people are going to be enjoying the music, and if they want to put on their story and at you, that's kind of what they do. Shawty was like, I don't think the DJ wants you to record him. Sweetie, so what does he do when he wants promotion? He just wants word of mouth? Because people not just going to listen to this man if there's nothing to show for his work, you feel me? So that was just funny to me.